Hey, what's up guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss. And today's video, I want to talk about what happens when your diet gets stale. When you're kind of getting tired of your diet. See, the problem I had with my diets, like I would set it up, and then I was always eating the same thing over and over again. So, case in point, like when I first started, I told you I was eating the chicken and the frozen meatloafs and all that stuff. Well, I moved on to the BLTs. Remember I told you I was eating BLTs. I was eating 2 BLTs a day, and that was like the meal. You know, I was starving myself basically. It was horrible. There was just not enough protein. It was turkey bacon, and I was using 4 slices of turkey bacon, 2 on each sandwich, 80 calories, but the protein count is so low in that. So, but I didn't realize that. So, believe it or not, it was like a month, maybe even 2 months, could have been 3 months of me eating those BLTs. And I was losing the weight, but by that second or third month, man, was that not sustainable. And I was like, oh, this is horrible. And I started snacking at night and cheating here and there. I got stuck. I got stagnant. My weight loss was slowing down. I'd weighed the same or more days on end. And that's kind of when I was like, okay, you know, I've been hearing a lot about protein. So I started, you know, because I didn't see a lot of carnivore stuff, and I always liked steaks. So I was like, okay, what if I just bought steak and you know, cooked it every day? And so I kind of did some research, and it's okay to eat steak every day if you're eating leaner cuts. You know, I mean, I was eating fatty cuts almost every day for a while there, and I feel like if you're doing the exercise, you're getting the workout in. The diet is, nutrition is very important, but like the whole red meat thing, I feel like there's a misconception about red meat. Oh, you eat too much red meat, you're going to die from heart disease. There's no study that shows that. There's no study at all that shows that. Every study that links red meat and heart disease, they also include processed meats, like hot dogs and processed burgers. No study is just pure red meat that you cook yourself causes heart disease or high blood pressure. None of those studies exist. It's all a study of red meat and processed meats. So I was going to Safeway because they were having deals on top sirloin. It was already cut. They'd come in like 4 or 5 slices. Slabs, cuts, however you want to refer your cuts of meat. And so what I was doing was, you know, I would have one day of one of those steaks, which was about 50 grams of protein, so they were pretty big. I'd have one of those steaks with either rice or potatoes, and then a vegetable, either some squash I cooked, asparagus, carrots, you know, things like that. Because not only did I start to see like, oh, you need more protein, but vegetables high in fiber. The fiber will help you stay full. So I wanted to incorporate more vegetables. Shout out to Greg Doucette. You know, I've shouted out before in the other videos. You know, I didn't buy his book or nothing, but I took his advice. Higher protein, higher fiber, more vegetables. And it worked. I was sustaining myself with that one meal. And there was times where I didn't even have to snack. So I did that probably for like, also 2 months. I think just 2 months straight. Just, you know, every day. 6 days a week. Eating fucking some kind of steak. And let me tell you, yeah, I was getting those top sirloins, but every now and then I get a couple ribeyes, New York strips. You know, when I say that your weight loss journey, your diet doesn't have to suck, I'm seasoning all that meat. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I'm making it taste good. My food don't taste bad. You know, I've been fat my whole life. You think I'm eating trash food to lose weight? I'm eating delicious food. Home cooking, baby. But after about those 2 months, you know, I felt good, but I could tell that eating that same beef every day, it was stale. I was getting stale. I started wanting something else. I was looking at, oh man, I need something else. But I didn't want to make chicken. You know, chicken, it's just, if I'm eating chicken, I want like fried chicken. I don't want no chicken breast. I don't want no bullshit like that. So I ended up finding, I started with like turkey sausage or something, and I'd split it up. So I'd have like the beef, and then the next day the turkey sausage, and I would have the same with, I would have like the potatoes and squash with the turkey sausage. Eventually, I started getting turkey sausage, turkey patties, and I've been getting the turkey just because it's leaner. You know, you can get ground beef. It's a different taste, you know. I'm already eating steaks and beef, so I don't want to get ground beef, you know. So the ground turkey, it's a different, you know, consistency almost. It's a different flavor. I season it differently than I would season ground beef. So it adds that different sense of flavor. You know, that's the other thing. You can't season everything the same, because then everything tastes the same. So that's, and now, you know, almost 2 years into my journey, I have such a variety of what I eat. Case in point, Sunday, I had some ribs. And here's the thing, like, I didn't cook the ribs. I went to Safeway and they were already cooked. They had a rack. So I was like, oh shit, a rack. Okay, it's already barbecue sauced up, you know. And I know what you're thinking, oh, barbecue sauce, but you're working out, you're putting it in, you can have little sauces and you can make the food taste good. You know, I completely get it. You know, when you eat a salad, the dressing is the worst part. It's all about how much you're using, you know. And I don't feel like the barbecue sauce that they're putting on there is too much, or it's hurting my gains or my weight loss, or hindering it or anything like that. So I started buying, they usually have pre-cooked meatloaf, pre-cooked ribs, and pre-cooked rotisserie chicken. And now I like to split it up. So where I'm at now in my diet, I have my ground turkey. I still have my steaks. I buy the top sirloin usually, freeze the rest, and I buy something already made at Safeway. So usually what I'll do is I'll get done working out, I take my shower, I'll put the vegetables in the oven. Safeway's right around the corner, drive there real quick, and I would get something already made. Obviously that's not sustainable for some people, and for that, you know, you have to just cook various different meats yourself. But for me, you know, thankfully I got a decent job, so I'm able to go and just purchase these pre-made foods. So buy the ribs, come home, cut the ribs in half, eat the ribs with either rice or potatoes and my set vegetable. Following day, I'll have the ground turkey. I'll make some turkey patties, squash, potatoes, or carrots. The following day, I'll have my steak. And by doing this, you know, next week, maybe I'll get the chicken instead of the ribs. Maybe I'll buy ribs myself and I'll cook them. You know, the idea of sticking to your weight loss journey and not faltering, not stepping off the course, a big part of that comes down to nutrition and keeping your food fun. I know it sounds silly, fun food, but if your food is bland, if your food is boring, or if you're eating the same thing every day, you know, you were eating chicken and rice for the first 2 weeks and you lost 20 pounds and you want to keep going, it's just not sustainable, man. You know, I tried it all, and shit like that is just not sustainable. The most sustainable diet I've had so far has been this variety. Meat, vegetables, a carb, and switching it up, seasoning the meats differently, seasoning the potatoes, I'm seasoning everything. The carrots get seasoned, the squash gets seasoned. You know, the asparagus getting salt put on it. Like, I'm not eating none of that shit without fucking making it taste good. And that's what I'm trying to get the point across. I've almost lost 140 pounds eating delicious tasting foods that don't cost that much. You know, when I say I'm cooking my own meals, I'm buying the meat myself. So it's a lot cheaper than if I'm buying everything already made. And when you make it yourself, you control the sauce content, the oil content, how much sodium, how much sugar is going into your food. And I feel like that plays a big part, because when you go and buy food that's already made, like those ribs, there could be something in there that's not good for me. There could be so much sugar in the barbecue sauce that it's actually hurting me in some way. But I wouldn't know because I didn't make it myself. Now, I don't think that's the case. I hope not, but you know, those are just my ideas and my tips that have helped me keep my diet fresh and keep me staying the course on my journey. Well, I hope that helped you, and I hope you start your weight loss journey today. Stay positive.